Hello and welcome. I'm Jamar Brown, a host for Southern California CEO Magazine and parent in the Corona-Norco Unified School District. My daughter and more than 50,000 students arrive at school in the morning and go home in the afternoon. They learn, they grow, they make friends, and they come home safely to you and I as parents. But part of our job as parents is to be prepared for a different kind of day, one that we hope never happens. We don't have hurricanes or tornadoes, but we do have earthquakes and fires. We also have to be prepared for shootings, bomb threats, and other emergencies that could lead to a school lockdown or evacuation of our child's school. In the next few minutes, you're going to get some tips on what we as parents should and should not do if our child's school is placed in a lockdown situation. Today with me is Michael Covarrubias, Assistant Superintendent for Instructional Support, and Security and Safety Expert Stephen Ellis for the Corona-Norco Unified School District. Michael and Steve, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Michael, let's start with you. What exactly is a school lockdown?
Jamar, a school lockdown is when there's a threat outside and consequently we have to keep our students and staff safe. So it's usually locked down in a classroom or facility where they can minimize anyone from entering that area. And many of the lockdowns are generated usually through an active shooter or things of that nature.
We've all heard the term shelter in place. What exactly does that mean?
Shelter in place is similar to a lockdown, except the threat is less minimal. Usually there's a shelter in place called when there's kind of a hazardous waste out there. We want to keep the kids indoors, we want to keep staff indoors, and want to minimize any threat.
Who is the person or agency responsible for initiating a school lockdown?
Any of our employees in the school district is able to call a lockdown because most importantly is the safety of our students and our staff at all times. Also, it can be called by any emergency personnel, law enforcement, police as well.
If a lockdown is called, what is the process for notifying parents?
We have a process that's called the Blackboard message. It's an all-call system. We would notify the parents and let them know exactly what's going on and what is occurring to prevent any concerns from their part. With the technology of texting, cell phones, we want to make sure that they get accurate information and updates as frequently as possible.
What could parents do if they have questions?
What they will be directed to do if they have questions, they would be encouraged to contact the district office or the district office website, and we would have staff available to go ahead and answer those questions or concerns when the event is taking place.
How can we as parents sort of get through the rumors and that sort of thing and understand what's really going on?
They need to be vigilant in terms of listening to what the school information is being put out by the school officials via the Blackboard messaging, also some texting and possible some phone calls. When in doubt, I would suggest that they contact district office to get the facts, because in many times there is exaggeration on the part of the media. And what our main concern is to keep our students safe and to make sure we report accurate information to our community out there.
Steve, while the authorities are doing their job during a lockdown or a shelter-in-place situation, what other role can parents play in the process?
Parents should remain calm at all times. And then also we would encourage them to contact their family members, their neighbors, to let them know what is occurring at the school so they do have accurate information. And maybe even develop a team concept where they can go online to see or view the information that's been posted on the website, or contact the district office and sharing that information with the other families that they're connected with.
Steve, I want to circle back on the reunification process for a second. How does a parent know exactly where the location is where they can be reunited with their child?
Depending where the nature of the crisis is or the emergency will determine where the reunification location will be. That will be communicated through Blackboard message. It will be posted on our website as well. Or if they contact the district office, we'll have staff available to identify that location for them.
It would probably be important for when the all clear signal is given and parents are allowed to go to the school that they should bring some form of ID, just because there's so much going on. Would that be accurate?
That would be completely accurate. There'll be a reunification area where the parents would be able to take their student home with a proper identification, because many of our high schools have over 3,000 students, so we want to make sure we do it in an organized fashion whereby we release the student to the proper parent and or guardian.
As parents, the best thing we can do in an emergency situation is to be prepared. So we talked to one of those parents, and this is what she had to say.
The school district has done everything possible by being involved with the sheriff's department and the police department and the fire, and by having drills. Be prepared like I was. Have your emergency cards updated. Make sure that you understand and go to the websites and be prepared. Understand that the school district has your child's best interest at heart, and that you follow follow up and be part of the solution, not the problem.
What steps has a school district taken to be prepared in the event of an emergency situation?
You know, our school district has strong procedures and policies in place that have been in existence for a while. We annually look at our emergency preparedness every year. We also go through extensive training, so in the event that something does happen, we're prepared.
And we also have strong relationships with our law enforcement community and other emergency services as well. And oftentimes they cross-train, they come on our campus, they're very familiar with the layout of our campus. And the rationale behind that is just to protect our kids and our staff at all times.
A couple of programs I think we should mention. One is called the Adopt a School program. The other one is called the Cluster program. And Steve, can you describe what those programs are?
Sure. The Adopt a School is there's a police officer with both of the agencies that we have agreements with that are assigned. There's an officer assigned to each of the schools. And on a regular basis, they make visits to the school, maybe just driving through the parking lot, just having the visibility, a deterrent of a marked patrol unit coming into the school parking lot. But also they go in, they meet with the principal, they talk about certain issues and concerns that may be happening. And also they're available to conduct presentations and have a presence during assemblies. And it's an opportunity for the kids as well to see the officers in a different light.
As a parent, what else can we do to better prepare our children for these situations in our own homes?
I believe that our parents should be our eyes and ears for our school district. If they hear any suspicious activity or they're aware of any unusual circumstance, they should immediately report it to either a school district official, the principal, or administrator on campus, or if necessary, law enforcement.
Michael, in your opinion, what is the district's top priority?
Our top priority is student safety first. We're always looking at how we can make it safer for our children because if we provide a safe learning environment, our students are going to learn there. We also want to make sure that our parents, when they drop off students at our campuses, that they can rest assured that their students are safe at all times.
Steve, one of the things that really concerns me as a parent is the social media. My daughter has access to Twitter, to Kik, and Facebook, and all these things out there. And as a parent, what can I do to help protect my child or our children from getting themselves into predatory situations or bad situations in general?
Parents need to be part of their kids' lives. They need to know who their friends are, who they socialize with. And part of that is monitoring their Facebook accounts and their text messages. Because more importantly, there's nothing more important in this world than our kids. And we want to make sure that they don't fall prey to bullying or fall prey to a sexual predator. And so they need to make sure that they monitor these accounts on an ongoing basis and be part of the kid's life, or have them sit down and share with you the information that their friends are sharing with them. And maybe hosting the kids at your house rather than at someone's house, so you have control of that environment. And if you happen to come across something that's inappropriate, please notify the school or the law enforcement authorities so the appropriate action can be taken, or so they can be aware of the information and it can be addressed.
What is a final thought you would like to share with the parents that may be watching the show?
I think it's critical that both the school district and the parents in our community work together to create that safe learning environment for all of our students. We as a district want to be proactive rather than reactive, and we'll continually work together with our parents in our community to create that learning environment that we're looking for.
Michael and Steve, I want to thank you for being on the show today. There's really nothing more important than the safety of our children and to create a safe and comfortable environment for them to go to school to learn, which is what they're supposed to be doing. So thank you for all the good work that both of you are doing. And I want to, on behalf of all the parents, want to say that we appreciate it.
You're welcome.
As a parent, we are an important stakeholder in the process of keeping our children safe. So this video was designed to give us a better understanding of the types of incidents that can lead to a school lockdown. The safety procedures that our school district and first responders will follow. And most important of all, what we can do to help protect our children. On behalf of the Corona-Norco Unified School District, and as a parent, I encourage and thank you for your continued help and support in protecting our children.